The coyote, America's ultimate survivor. The wild trickster with an unbreakable spirit. In the vast landscapes of North America, from the arid deserts of Arizona to the bustling streets of New York, one animal has mastered the art of survival. The coyote, Canis latrans. This wild trickster has been misunderstood, hunted, and forced out of its natural habitats, yet it continues to thrive against all odds. The coyote is not just an animal, it is a symbol of resilience, intelligence, and adaptability. For centuries, Native American cultures revered the coyote as a sacred trickster spirit, a creature of wisdom and cunning. Today, scientists and researchers recognize it as one of the most adaptable animals on Earth. But what makes the coyote such a relentless survivor? How does it overcome challenges that defeat other species? And more importantly, what lessons can humans learn from this master of survival? In this deep dive, we will explore the coyote's survival secrets, uncovering powerful lessons on adaptability, resilience, and thriving in any environment. The evolutionary genius of the coyote. The coyote's journey began over 1 million years ago, evolving from ancient canids that roamed the plains of North America. Unlike wolves, which require vast territories and stable ecosystems, coyotes have mastered the art of adjusting to change. Some key facts about the coyote's evolutionary survival strategy. Hyper-intelligent and strategic hunters, they adapt their hunting style depending on available food. Flexible social structures, they can live alone or in packs, depending on survival needs. Highly versatile diet, unlike wolves that rely on large prey, coyotes eat anything from rabbits to fruits to city trash. Urban adaptability. Unlike many wild animals that avoid human civilization, coyotes have learned to coexist with people. Coyotes aren't just survivors, they are evolutionary champions. The coyote versus human expansion, a battle of survival. The coyote story is also one of persecution and resilience. For centuries, humans have tried to eliminate coyotes, labeling them as pests and threats to livestock. Yet every attempt to eradicate them has backfired. In the early 1900s, government-led programs killed millions of coyotes, but instead of disappearing, they adapted. Coyotes responded by breeding more frequently, increasing their litter sizes, and spreading to new territories. By the late 20th century, they had expanded beyond the western deserts into every part of the USA, including major cities like Los Angeles, Chicago, and even New York. Despite human efforts to wipe them out, coyotes became stronger, smarter, and more widespread than ever. Lesson for humans. Challenges and obstacles don't weaken survivors, they make them unstoppable. Adaptation mastery. How coyotes thrive anywhere. The art of survival through adaptability. In video, we explored how coyotes have not only survived, but thrived despite human intervention, environmental changes, and attempts to eradicate them. Their remarkable story of resilience leads us to one of their most defining characteristics, adaptability. Coyotes, Canis latrans, are not just survivors, they are masters of change. Whether they find themselves in the scorching deserts of Arizona, the dense forests of Oregon, or even the urban streets of New York City, they have an unparalleled ability to adjust their behavior, diet, and survival strategies to fit their surroundings. In this video, we will break down the coyote's adaptability mastery, uncovering how they alter their survival strategies based on their environment, why their intelligence allows them to outmaneuver threats, the key traits that make them thrive in both rural and urban landscapes, lessons humans can take from their survival strategies. By the end of this chapter, you will see the coyote's adaptability as a blueprint for resilience, teaching us how to embrace change, thrive in adversity, and turn obstacles into opportunities. 1. The coyote's ability to change based on environment. Coyotes do not resist change, they embrace it. Their ability to modify their behavior, social structure, and hunting techniques allows them to thrive anywhere. Let's explore how they adjust to different environments. Coyotes in deserts, the masters of scarcity. In harsh desert landscapes like Nevada, Utah, and Arizona, coyotes must conserve energy and resources while navigating extreme conditions. How they adapt. They hunt smaller prey, rodents, lizards, insects. instead of large mammals. They conserve water by extracting moisture from food instead of relying on drinking sources. They become more nocturnal, hunting at night to avoid the extreme heat. Lesson for humans: conserve energy and resources when facing hardship. Adapt your habits based on your environment's challenges. Find creative solutions when resources are scarce. Coyotes in forests, the silent stalkers. In forested areas like the Appalachian Mountains or the Pacific Northwest, coyotes rely on stealth, patience, and strategy to thrive. How they adapt: they use dense vegetation for camouflage, avoiding predators. They hunt silently, stalking prey with precision. They adjust their pack size, sometimes working in pairs or small family units. Lesson for humans: use your surroundings to your advantage. Blend in when necessary. Be flexible in teamwork. Know when to work alone or with others. Master patience and precision when pursuing your goals. Coyotes in urban areas, the ultimate opportunists. Perhaps the most shocking display of adaptability is how coyotes have seamlessly integrated into cities. From Chicago to Los Angeles, coyotes have learned how to navigate human-made landscapes. How they adapt: they change their diet, eating garbage, pet food, and even fallen fruit. They become nocturnal to avoid human encounters. They use city infrastructure such as drainage systems and alleyways to travel unseen. Lesson for humans: be adaptable. Change is inevitable, but growth is optional. Use available resources wisely. What others see as waste, survivors see as opportunity. Learn to navigate modern challenges, whether in business, relationships, or daily life. To intelligence, the key to adaptation. Coyotes are not just instinct-driven creatures, they are highly intelligent strategists. Studies show that coyotes possess problem-solving skills similar to primates, allowing them to learn from past mistakes, adjust their tactics, and even deceive other animals. Example 1. Outsmarting hunters. When coyotes are hunted or trapped, they quickly learn to recognize patterns. If a hunter uses the same bait or trap placement, the coyote avoids it or even teaches others in its pack to stay away. Example 2. Trickster tactics. Coyotes are known for faking injuries to lure predators away from their dens or confuse prey before attacking. Lesson for humans: learn from failure. Mistakes are lessons, not setbacks. Use strategy and intelligence to outmaneuver obstacles. Embrace creative problem-solving in difficult situations. 2. What makes coyotes thrive when others struggle? The secret to the coyote's survival isn't strength, it's adaptability. Unlike larger predators like wolves or mountain lions, which rely on stable ecosystems, coyotes thrive in instability. They do not rely on a single food source. They do not require a specific type of habitat. They do not depend on a pack to survive. If one strategy fails, they immediately switch to another. This is why, while other species struggle against environmental changes, coyotes continue to expand their range across North America. Lesson for humans: never depend on one skill, one job, or one solution. Always have alternatives. If something isn't working, pivot instead of giving up. Be adaptable in relationships, careers, and personal growth. 3. How humans can apply Coyote. Adaptability to life. Humans struggle with change because we resist it. Coyotes thrive because they embrace it. How to be more adaptable in life. Be flexible. Change is inevitable, so prepare for it instead of fearing it. Stay curious. The more you learn, the more adaptable you become. Be resourceful. What seems like a setback might be a hidden opportunity. Develop mental toughness. Coyotes don't waste time complaining. They adjust and keep moving. Conclusion: the adaptability blueprint for life. Coyotes have taught us one of the most valuable survival skills. Change is your greatest strength, not your weakness. The ability to pivot is the key to long-term success. You don't have to be the biggest or strongest. You just have to be the smartest. Whether in the wild, in cities, or in life's toughest moments, those who adapt are the ones who thrive. The next time you face a challenge, ask yourself, what would a coyote do? The psychology of survival, what humans can learn from coyotes. Introduction. Survival is a mindset, not just an instinct. Survival in the wild isn't just about speed, strength, or intelligence. It's about mental resilience. Coyotes have thrived for millions of years, not because they are the fastest or strongest, but because they have a survivor's mindset. They don't just react to challenges, they anticipate, adapt, and overcome. This chapter will explore the deep psychology behind coyote survival and what humans can learn from their mindset, including how to stay calm under pressure, why resourcefulness is more valuable than raw power, the secret to bouncing back from failure, how to turn adversity into opportunity. By the end of this chapter, you will have a new understanding of survival psychology, one that will help you navigate any life challenge with the cunning and confidence of a coyote. The coyote's mental blueprint for survival. They never panic, they adapt. In nature, panic means death. The moment an animal panics, it makes poor decisions. Coyotes stay calm under pressure because they trust their adaptability. Example 1. Avoiding traps. When a coyote encounters a new trap or unfamiliar danger, it doesn't rush in. Instead, it observes from a distance, tests different angles, and only acts when it's certain. Example 2. Escaping predators. Instead of fleeing in a straight line, a coyote will change directions multiple times, hide, and use the environment to escape. It doesn't waste energy, it outsmarts its enemy. Lesson for humans. When faced with uncertainty, pause and assess before acting. The calmer you remain, the more options you see. Fear is normal, but panic is a choice. The power of resourcefulness over strength. Coyotes don't rely on brute force, they rely on ingenuity. Unlike wolves, which hunt in packs and need large prey, coyotes can survive on almost anything. Their ability to find solutions in even the harshest conditions is what makes them so successful. Small blue diamond, example 1. Turning garbage into opportunity. In urban areas, coyotes don't see trash as waste, they see it as food. They analyze patterns, learning which neighborhoods leave food out and when. Example 2. Adapting their hunting strategies. If hunting is difficult, coyotes will switch from chasing prey to scavenging. They'll even follow larger predators, waiting to steal leftovers instead of wasting energy on failed hunts. Lesson for humans. Resourcefulness is more important than raw power. Instead of complaining about what you don't have, focus on what you can use. Success is about being clever, not just strong. Failure is just data, how coyotes learn and improve. Most animals avoid risk, but coyotes experiment, fail, and learn from mistakes. Example 1. Testing dangerous situations. Coyotes are known to test electric fences by watching how other animals react. If another animal gets shocked, they take note and adjust their behavior. Example 2. Adjusting their tactics. If a hunting technique fails multiple times, they change their strategy until they find what works. Lesson for humans. Failure isn't the end, it's just information. The most adaptable people in life are those who learn the fastest. Every setback is a step forward if you use it correctly. 4 coyotes never overcommit, the secret of energy conservation. Many animals waste energy chasing prey or fighting unnecessary battles. Coyotes, however, know when to walk away. Example 1. If the risk is too high, they abandon it. Coyotes don't chase impossible goals. If prey is too fast or too strong, they let it go rather than waste energy. Example 2. If one strategy fails, they switch tactics. Instead of obsessing over a single hunting method, coyotes constantly switch approaches based on their success rate. Lesson for humans. Know when to let go. Sometimes quitting a bad plan is the smartest move. Energy is limited. Don't waste it on battles you can't win. Success comes from making strategic choices, not just working harder. 5. The art of psychological warfare. How coyotes outsmart bigger predators. Coyotes aren't the biggest, fastest, or strongest, yet they manage to survive against wolves, bears, and even humans. How? They use psychological tricks. Example 1. Faking weakness to lure predators. If a coyote needs to distract a predator from its pups, it will pretend to be injured, leading the threat away before escaping. Example 2. Tag team tactics against larger animals. Coyotes work in pairs to confuse larger animals. One will distract the target while the other sneaks in for an attack or steal. Lesson for humans. Never fight a battle on someone else's terms. Use strategy instead. Outsmarting your competition is better than overpowering them. Use deception when necessary. Sometimes misdirection is the best defense. Conclusion. How to develop a coyote mindset. To survive in the modern world, you don't need to be the strongest or the fastest. You need to be the most adaptable. Stay calm in chaos. Panic is your enemy. Be resourceful. Use everything around you to your advantage. See failure as feedback. Adjust and improve constantly. Know when to quit. Focus your energy where it counts. Use intelligence over brute force. Strategy wins wars, not just strength. The coyote's secret to survival isn't about luck. It's about knowing how to play the game smarter than anyone else. So the next time life gets tough, ask yourself, how would a coyote handle this? Overcoming challenges. Lessons from the wild. Why survival is a battle of mind and strategy. Coyotes have been shot, trapped, poisoned, and driven out of their natural habitats, yet they continue to thrive. Their ability to overcome adversity is not luck, but strategy. In this video, we will break down the core survival strategies that allow coyotes to overcome the toughest challenges, including how they turn setbacks into comebacks, why they never rely on one plan and always have alternatives, the power of patience and observation before taking action, why being underestimated can be a secret advantage. By the end of this chapter, you will have a new mindset for tackling challenges in your own life, inspired by nature's greatest survivor, the coyote. One when the world tries to break you, get smarter, not weaker. For over a century, humans have tried to wipe out coyotes. Ranchers poisoned them, hunters trapped them, and cities destroyed their habitats. Yet today, there are more coyotes than ever before. How did they survive? Instead of giving up, coyotes became smarter. They learned to avoid traps and poisons by observing what happened to other coyotes. They adjusted their diets when food sources were eliminated. They moved into new areas, taking advantage of human expansion instead of fighting it. Lesson for humans. Adversity doesn't weaken survivors. It makes them stronger. Instead of fighting change, learn how to use it to your advantage. Your greatest weapon in life isn't force, it's intelligence. 2. Always have multiple backup plans, the key to survival. Coyotes never put all their hope in one plan. They always have alternatives. Example 1. Multiple food sources. Unlike predators that rely on one type of prey, coyotes eat everything. If rabbits disappear, they hunt rodents. If rodents are scarce, they eat berries. If food is hard to find, they scavenge or steal from larger animals. Example 2. Escape strategies. When chased, coyotes don't run in a straight line like deer. They zigzag, use terrain, and double back to confuse predators. If one escape route is blocked, they immediately switch to another. Lesson for humans. Never rely on just one income source, one skill, or one opportunity. If one plan fails, shift to another. Adapt instead of panicking. Winners aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who never run out of options. 3. The power of observation, learning before acting. Most animals react instantly to danger, but coyotes pause and observe first. Example, how coyotes outsmart traps. If a coyote sees a dead animal next to a strange object, it assumes it's a trap and stays away. If food is placed inside something unfamiliar, they wait and watch for days before approaching. Example, studying prey and humans. Coyotes watch their targets for hours or days before hunting, learning their weaknesses. In cities, they study human behavior, learning which areas are safest at night. Lesson for humans. Before making a big decision, observe first. Don't rush in blindly. The most successful people aren't the ones who act first. They're the ones who act smartest. If you take time to study a problem, the solution often reveals itself. For being underestimated is a secret advantage. Many animals don't see coyotes as a threat until it's too late. Example, outsmarting larger predators. Wolves and mountain lions ignore coyotes, thinking they're weak, until coyotes outmaneuver them. Larger animals waste too much energy chasing prey, while coyotes use strategy over force. Example, surviving in cities. People underestimate coyotes, thinking they won't survive in urban areas. Meanwhile, coyotes are thriving in cities across America, using stealth and intelligence. Lesson for humans. If people underestimate you, use it to your advantage. Let others waste energy while you plan smarter. In life, success often goes to the one who strategizes, not the one who shouts the loudest. 5. Turning setbacks into strengths, the true survivor's mindset. Coyotes don't see failure as failure, they see it as a lesson. Example, losing a territory. If a coyote is forced out of an area, it doesn't fight, it finds a new territory. It doesn't waste energy on revenge, it focuses on the next opportunity. Example, adapting after a failed hunt. If a hunting attempt fails, coyotes don't give up, they switch tactics. They adjust their approach based on what went wrong, making the next attempt smarter. Lesson for humans. Stop focusing on what you lost, focus on what's next. Every failure is a step forward if you use it to grow. Winners are just people who turn losses into lessons. Step formula for overcoming any challenge. If you take one lesson from coyotes, let it be this: the smartest, most adaptable creatures always win. When the world tries to break you, get smarter, not weaker. Always have multiple backup plans. Never rely on just one option. Observe before acting. Strategy beats speed every time. If others underestimate you, use it as a weapon. Turn setbacks into strengths. Failure is just a lesson in disguise. The coyote is a symbol of resilience, proving that no matter how many times life knocks you down, you can always rise stronger. So the next time life gets tough, don't ask, why me? Ask, what's my next move? Thriving in any environment, embracing the coyote mindset. From survival to mastery. In the past chapters, we've explored how coyotes survive, adapt, and overcome challenges. But the final lesson from this incredible animal isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. Coyotes aren't just surviving in the modern world, they are expanding their territory, growing in population, and evolving faster than any other predator in North America. What does this mean? They have moved beyond survival and learned how to dominate their environment. In this video, we will explore how coyotes turn obstacles into stepping stones, the secret of long-term success in a changing world, the balance between independence and teamwork, how you can apply the coyote mindset to your own life. By the end of this chapter, you'll know how to not just survive, but thrive in any situation life throws at you, just like the ultimate survivor, the coyote. 1. The secret to thriving. Making any environment work for you. Most animals have fixed habitats. They either survive in the forest, the mountains, or the desert. But coyotes? They have no limits. They have figured out how to not just survive, but take control in every type of environment. Example 1. Thriving in cities. While most predators disappeared as cities expanded, coyotes moved in and made cities their hunting grounds. They learned how to navigate traffic, avoid humans, and use man-made structures to their advantage. Example 2. Thriving in cold climates. Coyotes weren't built for snow, but they adapted their hunting strategies, grew thicker fur, and expanded into Canada and Alaska. Example 3. Thriving in competition. Instead of fighting with larger predators, they wait for bigger animals to kill prey, then steal leftovers. Lesson for humans. Stop waiting for the perfect environment. Learn how to thrive in any situation. If you can't beat the system, find a way to make it work for you. Winners don't fight against reality. They adapt and use it to their advantage. 2. The balance between independence and teamwork. Coyotes are one of the rare predators that can thrive alone or in a pack. Unlike wolves, which must hunt in packs, coyotes have the flexibility to adjust their lifestyle based on what benefits them the most. Example 1. The lone coyote strategy. Some coyotes become lone wolves, hunting alone when food is scarce or competition is high. They use stealth and intelligence instead of relying on numbers. Example 2. The pack strategy. When needed, coyotes form temporary teams for hunting or defending territory. They don't depend on a pack, but they understand the power of teamwork when necessary. Lesson for humans. Be strong enough to work alone, but smart enough to work with others. Independence is powerful, but teamwork can amplify success. Don't be overly dependent or overly isolated. Find the right balance. 3. The power of adapting to change faster than anyone else. One of the biggest keys to thriving is not just adapting, but doing it faster than everyone else. Coyotes have outlasted wolves, mountain lions, and other predators because they evolve quicker than any other species. Example 1. Adjusting to human threats. When humans hunted wolves, their populations collapsed, but coyotes bred faster and expanded their range. When humans put up fences, coyotes learned how to climb or dig under them. Example 2. Expanding across North America. Coyotes used to only exist in the western U.S., but now they live in every state except Hawaii. While other animals struggle with climate change, coyotes are spreading and thriving. Lesson for humans. If you want to win, adapt faster than everyone else. Be ahead of the curve, predict changes, and adjust before others do. In business, relationships, and life, the fastest adapters are always the most successful. For the ultimate survival mindset, self-reliance, and mental toughness. Coyotes don't complain about life. They don't wait for help. They don't get stuck in fear or hesitation. They move forward no matter what. Example 1. If food is scarce, they get creative. They don't wait for food to come to them. They hunt, scavenge, and even steal if necessary. If one food source disappears, they immediately switch to another. Example 2. If they lose a battle, they retreat and learn. If a coyote fights a bigger animal and loses, it doesn't give up or feel sorry for itself. It studies its mistake, changes tactics, and comes back stronger next time. Lesson for humans. Take control of your own survival. No one is coming to save you. The only way to truly thrive is to build self-reliance. Mental toughness isn't about never falling. It's about getting up every single time. 5. Becoming a thriving survivor. How to apply the coyote mindset in life. If you want to be like a coyote, able to thrive no matter where life puts you, you must develop a coyote mindset. See every environment as an opportunity, whether in the city, the wilderness, or a new career. Find ways to make it work for you. Master independence, but know when to use teamwork. Be self-reliant, but smart enough to collaborate when it benefits you. Move faster than the competition. Adapt quickly before others even realize change is happening. Never let obstacles stop you. There's always a way forward if you think like a survivor. Coyotes aren't just surviving, they are winning. They outlast enemies, adjust faster than threats, and take control of their environment. So the next time life throws a challenge at you, don't complain. Don't freeze. Don't wait for permission. Do what a coyote would do. Adapt, move, take control, and thrive. Conclusion: the ultimate blueprint for thriving in life. If you take one lesson from a coyote, let it be this. You don't need to be the biggest, fastest, or strongest, just the most adaptable. Stop waiting for the perfect situation. Learn to thrive in any environment. When life gets tough, don't resist change. Use it to your advantage. Stay flexible, stay smart, and never stop moving forward. Final challenge for you. Starting today, how will you become more adaptable in your own life? What is one challenge you can stop fearing and start using as an opportunity? Comment below with your biggest lesson from the coyote. Remember, the future belongs to the ones who adapt the fastest. Make sure you're one of them.